Come on, Bones. Bones. Thank you, Sir Travis. Slow you down.
Sorry, traffic, the Presque Isle.
How's let me get
Sorry, traffic, the Presque Isle. We're down at Light 7 at this time, approximately 32 minutes to Black River.
Roger, check down at the Imperial Lit Sun, over.
Copy on the check down. Thank you very much, Presque Isle.
Roger, welcome, Sir Travis.
Hey, Logan, Brenda. Stop. Lay down. Logan, before you go back to work, you make sure you're feeling all right because you don't want to aggravate a situation. Here comes Justin. How you doing, Justin?
What's up, Paul?
You're home?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna go catch a ship. Can you cover for me?
yeah. What's up, Logan, Brenda? How's it going?
I'll make you
Yeah,
a host.
all right.
Okay,
I
you're
got
it.
Yeah, it's not cloudy here at all. It ain't cold, nothing. Kind of in between right now. It's actually kind of nice out.
I'll be back shortly.
All right.
Tables.
Yeah, it's not foggy down there. Should be all right, Logan. Looks pretty clear down there. I mean, you can see really good in the camera. Should be all right. Yeah, we haven't gotten any more cold fronts down here. It's supposed to be like down in the 50s this week, but at nighttime. But that's not. I mean, it don't even feel that cold when you go outside. It'll be like 50 with a feels like temperature like 60s on. Right, is annoying me. Morning, Brenda. How you doing? Fucking thing to. It's gone, Brendan. Try this model again, man. This thing is being a bitch. It's even more to me in Bamboo Studios that it's a tough file to try to simplify the print. I didn't make it. I don't know how to do that. Where is everybody this morning? I'm Joe. I know you're listening, David. Come on. Stop fucking around. Come in. Not working. Is it? Get tired. See here. Well, there's still nobody in there. Let me refresh the chat, make sure nobody's talking out there. Anybody wants to come in, come on in. I'm not having to sit here by myself. Nothing's wanting. I love one day nothing wants to print right, and other days everything prints right. I guess nobody's really chatty today, huh? Nobody's quiet in the chat, nobody on the panel. I'm trying to print this like duck keychain thing out that one of my wife's friends at work wanted, but it's just being a fuck. Oh, it's being a pain in the ass. I might have to print something else and try a different model because it even says on the Bamboo Studio that it's very complex and to simplify it. And it's really like not that crazy of a print. It's just a little articulating freaking duck keychain. But it's just not wanting to print right. Jody must have stayed up winning silver late last night on YouTube. I don't know, like a live somebody's live show giving away silver coins or something. Like a coin channel or something like that. Dude, there was so much silver getting dumped on the market. Dude, the pawn shops around here started to stop taking it. And they were more wary about the price shooting up so quick. That a lot of them didn't even want to buy it because they didn't want it to go back down. It's crazy when a pawn shop don't even want it. Like if I ever get a 3 point to replicate parts. I mean, it's probably the easiest way to do it, to be honest. I've never 3D like image something or printed it myself or like 3D scanned it. Checking in on this historical day, first manned flight to the moon. Later, all working. Later, Dusty. What's up, Mark? Yeah, because I actually the one of the channels I watch actually his uh pawn shop is in our town. He's got a pretty decent sized YouTube channel, and yeah, he stopped buying silver there for a minute because it was just so much was getting dumped on the market. People were selling it like crazy. He was having these guys that were coming in with just fucking like 100 coins, and he'd turn them away. Probably all. You find other uses for 3D printers. I mean, you'll find shit around your house that you might want to like, print a shelf or something like that. Sometimes you'll find little shit like that. Some household applications for it, definitely. And you almost got it. Oh, it's being a bitch. Started really well and then fucked up that tip. Yeah, he has piles of unopened envelopes full of silver. He wins. Nice. I get this fucking print one way or the other. Will work. You coming on, Mark, or what? The challenges of printing are always fun. Much as it annoys me, I like. Watch another minute I get up and walk away from the computer. Boom, somebody's gonna want to come in. Just watch. The real valuable coin I ever had was I bought one of those little like closet size storage units and found a 1 ounce gold coin in there. Unit cost me like $100. I think it was I paid for it. And mind you, this was back during the hype of storage wars and all that shit. So, but I got a coin. Wasn't anything else really valuable in there. Just a couple pieces of furniture and some stuff. It was a real small unit. But the guy that was a family friend that owned a pawn shop gave me full full market value for it. He wanted it for his collection. It was a coin he had been looking for a while. He was waiting for one to come in. Back then, I only got 1,400. Shit, dude, that would have been worth like $5,000 now. This was back fucking, had to been like 15 years ago. You don't even own that pawn shop anymore. He ended up selling it not too long after that. I paid $100 a unit, and then I ended up making 1,300 off that coin. It was just sitting in the top drawer of the little dresser. Back, Paul.
I'm back.
How'd your flight go?
It went fairly well. I got to download the video to see what it did, but I think it went okay. It was windier than hell down there. It was 30-mile-an-hour winds. Gusting to 30, about 25 miles and gusting to 30.
Yeah, it was a Troy 1 ounce gold coin, a Troy ounce. It was a $50 gold piece. Because I'll be honest with you, I was kind of young at the time. I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I actually took it to the bank and asked them. I was like, "Do you guys give like the gold value, or is it just going to be $50?" The lady at the bank, kind of helped me out. She was like, "No, you need to find somebody who's wanting it." She goes like a pawn shop or something. And I was like, I didn't even think about that. So I got a hold. Actually went over to one of my dad's old friends that owned one. Because I wasn't sure on the whole rules of selling gold. I thought maybe because it was U.S. currency, you weren't allowed to melt it down and shit like that.
Oh my. It was cold down there. Oh my God. I had gloves on and everything.
Oh, it's nice here right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Still,
glad. I'm glad you and all my Florida friends are doing well with the weather. Up here, it's been up and down and up and down.
it hasn't been like that here for the last week or so. It's just been hot.
I don't know if Brenda's been doing any golfing or not, but maybe she has.
Damn it, come on. Yeah. Lance is back home.
It is cold. Oh, We got into our house last night and it was freezing.
I'll bet.
Wearing a sweatshirt and pants. Ooh. But after this week, I am down to 37 days.
Hey, Lance.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, we're down Black River.
Paul. Justin.
45 salt dock.
You fly this morning, Paul?
Yes, I just came back.
Was it successful?
Yes. Well, I think so.
What'd you shoot? What ship?
The Presque Isle.
How many times have you shot that?
Oh, over the years?
Yeah.
Probably 10 or 15 times.
Okay. Is it a rusty bucket?
No, it's one of the better looking ships on the lakes.
Okay.
It's an articulated tug barge, and it's really nice looking.
All right.
What's up, Mark?
And today is April Fool's Day.
All right.
It is. So I've been teaching 43 years. I would say we may have gone to school on April 1st. Maybe 10 of those years, maybe. More like probably 8. But as of late, we've gone like 3 or 4 years in a row. So we hadn't gone in years on the 1st of April. It's always our spring break.
Well, I put you back as host again, but I'm not
Okay.
co-host. But I made Mark co-host before I changed it back to you.
Maybe that's when you should have announced your retirement, Lance, today.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll do that to the kids.
Oh, there's Mark. What's up, Mark? Can Mark not hear me?
I don't think he can. Mark, can you hear Justin?
Yeah.
Oh, you just ignore me.
Yeah, he's just ignoring you.
No, sorry, I couldn't hear you at the time you said something.
Oh. I said, hey, to you like twice. You didn't answer me. And then you were talking to Lance. I thought we were having that glitch where you couldn't hear me.
Oh, I said as soon as I came in, you probably would. Your computer then something. Did you get the video I just sent you earlier? I thought it was perfect for this situation.
Oh, I'm watching it.
Dre's here now.
That's funny.
Welcome home, Lance.
Morning, Dre.
I'll just tell up front, I'll just ignore Justin so he knows.
Now there's this weird glitch that happens sometimes where you can't hear each other. Like you'll be able to hear other people, but then they won't be able to hear you.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times.
So Paul, I see you're enjoying your replacement drone.
Yep, so far so good.
Good.
Do you have 2 drones now, Paul?
Nope, just the one.
Is that one from
No, it's not from Bob. Bob wanted to sell me. He offered me a great price, but I didn't want all the stuff he had to go with it, you know. And I know he's pissed at me, so is what it is.
Did everybody make it back okay, Lance?
Everyone made it back okay. Yep. Dropped off the boyfriend, daughters.
Can't call him boyfriend no more. That's the fiance.
Yeah. this may be the last vacation. You know, he's such a nice kid, and he tries so hard. My daughter's just, and she even admits it. She says she's high maintenance. It's like that's not a good thing. She thinks it's a good thing. It's like it's not. Maintenance is not a good thing.
Oh man.
Kids these days, they think, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got two of my daughters still living in my house.
Yeah.
And all I can say, you know, as fathers of daughters, sometimes we gotta blame ourselves for setting the standard so high.
Yeah.
T-bug.
Well, it's sprinkling here in Seattle.
Yeah, we had a little rain last night down here. It started raining about, I guess it was around midnight. And it had a good cloud burst around 2 a.m. and came down pretty good. And it lightened up a little bit.
Yeah, the Dodgers got wet last night, I saw.
Yeah. It started sprinkling around because yesterday was my dad's birthday. So we went to go visit him. And I was around 4:30 or so, light sprinkles, and then took the wife out to eat at Applebee's, and it was just light sprinkles, and then that was about it. Then I, woke up around midnight, man. I could hear the continual pitter patter on the balcony.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I've noticed though too is like places that had bad droughts and places that didn't have a problem with it. It's like they've kind of switched around this last year or so. Because we're not getting much rain at all, surprisingly. Last year we barely got any rain. And you guys have been getting a lot of rain this past year.
Yeah,
Quite a decent amount.
like I said, it's the pattern that kills us. I mean, we need rain like this in Southern California on a continuum. Like I told people, I said, for you to really get out of a drought, you need about at least 5 to 6 years of continual wet winters. Because like I say, as soon as you don't have a wet winter or even a reasonable winter, you go right to drought conditions. Boom.
Well, see, we normally get all our storms in the summertime, but last year it was pretty mild. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. But like I say,
we
you
hardly
guys have a high humidity factor, which brings moisture in the air, and a lot of the vegetation feeds off that when you don't actually get rain. Out here, we don't have high humidity, so everything just dries out right away.
Yeah, it's always nice though. Like when you said the desert was all green, it's always nice to see that. It's kind of a cool sight.
When you see the desert all green and you come back, a couple of weeks later and it's bone dry.
Yeah.
And see, and the bad thing for us is, like I say, it's good for us to have a wet winter, but when it turns bone dry, the vegetation grew enough to become a fire hazard. So everything has its good and bad parts of it.
Yeah, we stopped calling it humidity years ago. We just refer to it as rain now.
Yeah. So you came back and had
That's
work
true,
the
buddy.
next day, Lance, huh?
That's right.
Man, you're a trooper, dude. You're a trooper.
Yeah.
He's down to like 40 something days though.
I know that, but still. Usually you go on vacation, come back, you need about at least 2 or 3 days recuperating for the vacation.
Oh, I told him, I said, I'd at least took today off.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going from a 3-hour
Different time
difference.
zones.
Yeah, that can be rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's late start, so I'm not too worried.
Well, for me, I say it's not the early morning part. It's right about the midday you hit that wall.
Lance has been getting up at the same time every morning.
Yeah, he did, which
Nope.
like I say, he kept his time zone patterns up, but his wife and daughter and everybody else was living the Hawaiian life. I was gonna ask him, did his wife take any days off? Or did she go right back to work?
Yeah, imagine doing a big
One of
time
them-
zone.
One of them must be having spring break now for him to have gone away now.
Lance's spring break is your spring break's next week, ain't it, Lance? I think Lance's spring break is next week.
No, he was on his spring break when he went
Oh,
to
was he?
On spring break, was
Yeah.
on vacation.
Okay. I thought he just took some days off because I know he was trying
No.
to burn up a lot of days too.
No.
No, I'm sure he was because he had to get a substitute in for 4 days, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought so. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure he was using vacation time up
Mm,
because he said he was trying to. That's why he went down to. I think he was not working on Fridays. He was taking like every other Friday or something off
yeah.
because he's trying to burn up all those days, all that time before the end of the year.
Yeah.
They must not pay out on it.
No, they capped theirs.
See, Walmart would do every year because you could get up to 350 hours if you were like a 20-year employee.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them never used any of their vacation time. They'd buy them down up to 80 hours at the end of the year.
Yeah, see, mine, I cash out 100%.
So a lot of people, man, they were getting these big old checks at the end of the year. A lot of these
Yep.
15, 30-year-old employees.
Yeah, and I see in each year, if you took at least 40 hours of vacation time during that year, you can sell back additional 40 hours if you want to. That's what I usually do. I usually sell back additional 40 hours right around just in time for Christmas. That's my Christmas spending money.
That's not bad if you're not using it, though.
Yeah, like I say, I'm at, as of I got my time, I'm at 313 hours as of right now today. Pay periods next week, which would put me over. I top out at 320.
How much can you sell at a time? Can you sell like all of it if you want?
No, I mean, when I retire, I cash out 100% when I retire, but each year, the only rule they say that you have to take 40 hours of vacation time for you to sell back another 40 hours. And that's what I normally do.
So you'll end up getting 80 hours worth of pay in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. And see, I have stuff that's we call pre-bankruptcy numbers. I still have an additional 142 hours of vacation time over there. So total, I'm over or close to 500 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
We don't get any vacation hours just because we go on so many breaks. They just don't do that.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you'd never have any damn drivers.
And like I say, my part of my compensation package, I get so many additional hours. That's why I don't hardly use my vacation time. Like I said, I get 56 hours a year in admin time, which is administrative time, because we don't get paid overtime. So they give us, in our part of our contract, we get an extra 56 hours of admin time to take any time we want.
What's up, Jim?
And then I also earn holiday time, which I just now used up my holiday time last week when my mother passed and stuff. So I still got 19 hours of admin time left on the books, 313. vacation, another 142 in the hole they owe me. Sick time, I got 140 hours plus another 186 hours in the hole that they owe me.
How do they owe you it? Why isn't it just there?
Well, our city went through a bankruptcy, and what they did was in the bankruptcy, all the employees who they owed money to technically, because you know your compensation package is actually worth money. All your holiday time, sick time, that has a value attached to it. So they made an agreement with the courts that they would, you know, put it in a what we call a hold status. Now, the only thing I don't like is I can't touch those numbers until I fully exhaust the current numbers, which I think is so stupid.
Bro, you need to take yourself like a 6-month vacation.
Yeah, you know, it's like, okay, I got to burn up 300 something hours up front before I can get to the other 142 hours.
Now, if you were to take like 2 weeks off, you could get 80 hours additional, right, on top of that?
No, only you only sell back 40 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only do that once a year?
Yeah, once a year.
Okay.
And I've done it every year I've been here. Sell back 40 hours. Because like right now, I earn 6 hours and some change every pay period.
No, when you retire, do you get all that hold that they have?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Well, if
gotta
anything,
cash me
shit.
out 100%. That's what I said. I'll walk out of here with a little over 20 grand.
Well,
Just
shit, I
to-
would just look at that as savings then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll walk out here with a little over 20 grand, just in, you know, personal time off, PTO time. Good morning, Jim.
Yeah, that's just, to me, that's just a savings account, a free
Yeah,
savings
so like I
account
say,
right there.
what I'll do is I'll take that money out of that and then knock out a bunch of small bills that I have. Because my goal is to be pretty much as debt free as possible when I retire.
Don't you love the way you said that 20 grand just covers a couple of small bills?
Well, like I say,
Jaguars are
Mark, obviously that's a
expensive.
combination. Like, 'cause I got, you know, PayPal account I need to pay off, and some other credit cards, Firestone account. I think I owe them about 2 grand, you know, stuff like that. The problem is the Firestone account is not on my cars, it's on my daughter's cars. I had that thing paid off at the end of last
Yeah,
year.
you just want to get all the credit you have out there, all your credit lines paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pay I crap off. You know, everything I pretty much own now will be paid off by the end of this year or early part of next year. The house will be done, my wife's car will be done, you know, all the big stuff. Everything else, I say, I finished paying off 2 drones this year. The M30T will be done being paid for. And the other one, the 3E, will be paid for.
And that's when he's going to look at getting his Rolls Royce SUV.
No, I can say, Mark, I'm itching right now. I want to get a Matrice 350 is what I want. I may have to settle for a 300 and stuff. 350s, it seems like nobody's keeping them in stock. And then I know I've seen a couple of good deals on some 300s. All I want is that airframe with the L2 LiDAR system, and I'll be good. So I don't think I won't be able to have to say no to anything that comes my way.
You're not actually retiring, you're just moving over to the other side.
There you go.
Yeah, but he's his own boss at that point.
Yeah, like I said, retiring from the city, and then I'll be 100% full-time drone operator.
Working for the city.
Was that Mark?
Working for the city.
Yeah, working for the city. I'll retire from them next year. Next September, I'm looking at.
No, I mean you'll then go into drones working for the city and charging.
No, well, I'm hoping to get a contract with them.
Hmm.
You know, I haven't seen that, they haven't put out no RFPs yet for the services. And like I said, it all depends who's in charge of the city. Now, the last guy that was here, he liked it a lot. So I got a lot of extra side work or overtime work when I was an inspector. The last city manager and the engineer of the city we have now, they're not as on board as much. You know, the bridge project was about the last big thing I had from them. But yeah, I'd like to be on get a contract that the city can give me a
Yeah, up to Jim.
no bid contract for up to 25,000 every quarter. So I'm hoping to fit in a category like that, so they don't have to go out to bid, which is always the 3-bid process, and the low bidder gets the job type deal.
How's your dad doing, Jim? So Dre essentially will just be able to write himself up when he does something incompetent. He'll be his own boss.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I tell people, I said, running your own shop, I don't care what you do, you actually work harder than you do when you work for somebody else.
Oh yeah, because they set everything up for you. You got to do that yourself.
Yeah, you got to set everything up. But I'm saying, just as far as it's your name, like I always talk about, that's your name on the sign, you know. So that's your reputation. So they like, you know, you can blow things off. It's on you, 100%.
Now, say a job does open up right now with the city, can you actually hold a contract while working for them, or is that a conflict?
No, it's conflict of interest.
So you'd have to retire if you wanted to get a contract immediately.
Yes, I have to retire. School districts do it all the time. They'll get a retired teacher and they'll hire them back as a consultant.
Yeah,
you'll see that all the time.
Two of my bosses when I was working,
Mhm.
they both took early retirement from Manchester and went working for different councils.
Mhm.
Well, that's kind of what Lance said he was going to do when he retired. He said that they were where he helps the school do something, but he just does it over them.
But he'll be hired as a consultant. So basically what that does is, like I said, you always got to worry. I know here in the States, you know, you got to worry about your pension qualifications. And a lot of times, if you can't go back and work for another agency or anything else that falls under the same pension plan. If you do, you're restricted to only so many hours a year. So it's almost like working part-time. Like you might only be able to work 1,000 hours a year. If you go back and work directly for them. Now, if you come as a consultant, they're not paying your pension. You're doing your own stuff. It's just like I do now. I'm a 1099 pilot. I pay my own taxes on my work. So I don't work for any company directly, but I got to make sure I, take care of my tax situation. So that's kind of like the way they do it, is that they'll hire back former employees as consultants or contract employees. And that way the city doesn't pay their health care, doesn't pay their pensions, retirement plans, nothing like that. You just get a fee.
Yeah, that's I was curious. I didn't think you would be able to work for them and have one at the same time.
Well, I say, especially as a current employee, yeah, it's a direct conflict of interest.
Yeah, because then somebody could say, "Oh, you got the contract because you got connections at the city or something like that."
Yeah. So, like I said, that's what I'm hoping, and like I said, I would like to get it for the entire county. Get a contract with the county. And that way the county has a total different retirement system, everything. So I always believe in you want everything you do to even look above board. You don't want anybody to come back and say, well, it looks kind of funny over there. that you used to work for, but now you got this no bid contract. I'm like,
Does the county have anything open for that yet or no?
well, every municipality I've been involved in around either has in-house drone people or they deal with regular vendors. So everybody is going towards using drone technology especially in the public works department, because it comes in handy for any building project, street maintenance, stuff like that. So it's and plus it's always good PR work. Cities are just as much into the PR work as anything else, as far as, every city's got a web page now. So while you put on that web page, you want to get shots of ongoing events, ongoing projects, all these different things. So like I say, you can be, if you're a person who does a lot of internet stuff, or as I said, multimedia type of stuff, you might have to come across as being your product, and you will handle all the multimedia for a city or whatever. So there's different ways to get into it. I say myself, I just want to just work for a public works department as a contract employee, just like they have contract engineers that come in and manage projects.
I gotta jump off. Catch y'all later.
All right. I can't believe Paul's eating a regular meal.
The breakfast bowl.
Yeah, I see. I said, well, I know it wasn't ice cream. But the only thing I've seen you eat out of a bowl of late is just ice cream. Now, I think it was, my wife was telling me yesterday, Dairy Queen had 99-cent blizzards. I can't believe I missed out. Those are my favorites. Oh, Daryl's in the house.
Who's here?
Mr. Daryl Williams.
Oh,
Yeah, he goes out and fly all the big birds for Firmtech company. He's a road warrior. He travels up and down the countryside, across several states on the regular. And that's something I can look at also, once I retire, if I want to be a road warrior like Daryl, is get hooked up with a company like his and start hitting the road, flying, different projects and stuff like that. But like I say, I don't want to be on the road driving constantly. You're quitting? Oh wow! Yesterday was my last site for this guy. I thought you were becoming a area rep or something, Daryl. April 13th, I start working from home. Okay, yeah, I don't blame. I said that road work. It wears. It's like being a trucker. It wears on you after a while.
My whole point will never function in this way.
They mark you upside down.
Yeah, I know. I picked the phone up the wrong way around.
No.
I thought Daryl was supposed to be having interviews at that company whose name cannot be spoken.
I was, well, how they say it, how they phrase that, the name that shall not be named.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that was about a little over a year ago. I know he was doing that. I don't think it just didn't, I don't know if it didn't pan out or whatever. Oh, okay, to be a senior sales consultant. There you go. Are they opening up a facility in Texas, Daryl? Because I know DSLRP has got a pretty decent operation out here in California in the LA area. That'd be a good move for Daryl. Has a lot of knowledge and experience dealing with the enterprise level drones.
Oh, well, we've got nothing to worry about then, have we? The sheer excitement of an announcement by Mr. Ruffle is sending them both pounded through my temples already.
So I mean, like I tell a lot of people, there's a lot of opportunities out there. It's just that you just got to find what works for you. What are you willing to do? Yeah, you know, like I said, I tell people you can be a reliable contact for a lot of brokers in your area, or you can work for somebody and be a road warrior and travel a lot. And like I say, with drones, it's easier to travel when you drive, because that way you have to worry about going through airport security, different airlines with inconsistent rules about batteries and drones in general.
Yeah.
Stuff. So you definitely need to be be driving from state to state if that's what you feel you want to do. But there's opportunities out there. Like for myself, because like I said, I work. I knew I wasn't going to be on the road, so I tried to establish myself in my area, and that's the kind of calls I get. People say, "Yeah, you done work for us in the past, and we got another job out there in your area. What do you say? You know, knock it out."
Oh, it can't be all that easy going by plane anyway with the size of drones that Daryl uses.
Well, that's another thing too. Like I say, and he takes several with him. That's why I say driving is the best option. And and then you talk about you got to have a vehicle that is going to be able to haul the number of aircraft that you're taking with you, along with all the accessories and support gear.
Yeah, like an 18-wheeler.
Yeah. Well, I think Daryl has a truck. If you got a full size pickup, you can do it, or I would say if you really want to go hardcore, you get a fifth wheel. That way you live in that trailer along with all your gear.
Yeah.
Because I know Daryl has been, he does a lot of motel hopping. And and the smart thing is he got to unload all his gear, bring it into the room and everything else, because it doesn't happen a lot, but I've heard a few stories of guys who have had their gear in their vehicles and it gets stolen.
Yeah.
Well, Daryl, yeah, you might get, this is going to be adjustment, but just think of the amount of family time you're going to have now. And I ain't talking about just being home with the wife and kids, but just being able to plan and do stuff.
Yeah, I must admit, when they retired me, I looked at how much I was getting, figured out how much I could change it round, because you get a lump sum plus a pension.
Mm-hmm.
And for every pound you take off your pension, you put, I think it was £5 on the lump sum, up to a maximum amount, so you can commute it. So I thought, right, well, I owe 40,000 on the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
if I commute the maximum amount, I'm still on 12 grand pension, so that's £1,000 tax free a month because
Mhm.
it doesn't hit the taxable barrier. My mortgage will be paid off, so I won't have to pay all that off. I'll have 60 grand left to see me over a few years as well. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
Paid
Well,
off.
believe me, if they offer me a golden handshake with the right numbers, I'll be out of here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just need a little money. And see, for me, I could actually go back and buy back more pension time because of my time with the PD, and I cashed out with them when I left that. So I can actually buy back up to 6 more years. It costs you about 10 grand a year. So what I could do is, like, I say, right now I'm at, going in my coming up here on my 19th year, and I can buy up to another 6 years for my PD time, but it would cost me $60,000 if I buy all of it. But if I was want to buy 1 or 2 years, yeah, 20 grand, heck yeah.
Well, when I became of state pension age last year,
Mm-hmm.
I had I think it was 28 years of national insurance payments, and you get your maximum pension. I think it's at 34 years, but you're allowed to buy 5 more years of national insurance payments.
Mm-hmm.
So it cost me £4,500 to buy 5 years of national insurance, which took me up to 33 years, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I was only just short then of the full pension from the state. And I worked out that 4,500 I would recover in the extra money in about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So it was worth doing. So I did that. But now I get my works pension, the state pension, and my disability.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm earning nearly about twice as much as I was coming home with when I was working.
Yeah.
Man, you've been retired for 16 years now.
Wow, 16 years you've been retired?
Yeah, they retired me a month after my 50th birthday.
Oh, wow. Lance is back. Prince eating his pancakes this morning.
That'll be his Egg McMuffin.
No, he was at Denny's. He went and got him a grand slam.
I did. I didn't have dinner last night. We finally got home about 6 o'clock after everything was said and done, and we didn't eat dinner. So I was hungry this morning, and we're a late start today. So, but I'll still get there at 7:45. So I'll only be 5 minutes late from contract time. So
yeah,
had to drop my wife off at work first. She works away.
She didn't take no extra days off either.
No, she went back. The reason we came back yesterday, we would have extended it 3 days because then we had spring break. Then we could have extended another week, but she had conferences, so she had to do them tonight. Tonight's conference, so she's gonna be dead tired when she walks in tonight at 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's gonna hit that wall about noon, 1 o'clock.
Is she retiring the same time you are, Lance?
That is correct, Paul. That's the only reason I'm retiring this year. she didn't want to go one more year. She felt we had to, and our financial guy said, you need to walk now.
Mm-mm.
So that made her happy. She said, great, because she
How
wasn't
much-
sure we would be able to.
How much did you have to pay him to say that?
Just under $1 million for sure. Yeah, I definitely gave him a high five. You know, and the thing that was holding us up was our daughter, you know, not graduating, but we've
Yeah.
got tuition paid, pretty much
Mhm.
paid. We've got to pay a couple thousand each of the next 2 semesters, which is, you know,
And
over the
doable.
course of,
Yeah.
which is doable.
Yeah.
And then of course her rent, which, you know, we had planned on it anyway, but yeah, so it worked.
So how
And she's
long is
gonna-
this engagement stretched out for?
You mean to her boyfriend?
Yeah, like I said, they didn't announce no date.
No, I think it's a breakup date of tomorrow. You know, he treats her so well, and she's like, you know, just ungrateful. I tell my wife that. My wife says, stay out of it. I said, I'm not getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let her make her own mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always get concerned when I hear about engagements that don't have a wedding date attached to it. Because I mean, why'd you get engaged for? You just trying to lock it down early?
So
Hey,
569 gas, 569,
You're getting nearer to our price.
539 in Hawaii.
Well, that's a leader in Hawaii, though.
I don't think Hawaii's American. It's
Yeah, but they
it's
go
gal-
by leaders. Well, they used
Are
to
you
go
sure?
by leaders.
They might. Yeah, they might.
I know.
I should look at the.
I was last there in 80. What year was I in Hawaii? 88. 88. Gas was sold in liters.
I'll have to look that up. Yeah, that could be very possible because there's no way gas is cheaper in Hawaii than it is here.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said, yeah, be careful about that. And now you guys still use liters too, Mark, right? For gasoline? Mark?
Sorry,
He's ignored.
I was saying that you guys still sell your gasoline in liters, right?
we do now.
Okay.
We didn't used to. We only changed to that because of Europe. And then when we came out of Europe, they stayed on litres rather than go through changing all the pumps back again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as I tell people, you know, especially in the chat, I said, when you talk about $5 and change per liter, that's you know, a lot more you're spending than the one on a gallon.
It's about £1.50 a litre. So that would be getting on for $2 a litre.
Mm.
So your gallon's 3.8 litres, so that'd be like $7.5 to $8 a
Yeah.
gallon. But our gallon is 4.5 litres, so it's, if we talk in gallons, you can't compare it properly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just saying, when they're charging you $5.30 a liter,
Yeah, well,
that's
fortunately they're not doing that yet.
yeah. That's what that's what Lance was talking about in Hawaii. I said that's very expensive. Like you said, it's almost what 3 something change liters to a gallon.
3.8. Yeah.
3.8 liters. So you're close to talking about 50, almost $16 to equal a gallon of gas.
Well,
Wow.
no. If you're talking $5.36 a litre, you're talking closer to $20 a gallon.
Yeah, true. $20 a gallon. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
People are going to start walking, aren't they?
The problem is nobody works close to home no more, Paul. Everybody commutes.
Everybody buys e-bikes.
Oh, they sell a lot of e-bikes over there?
At
I
that
don't know,
price, I won't
ask
be
Mark about that.
people will be. I would imagine that at that kind of prices, it's pushing people more towards electronic transport than cars, combustion.
Mhm. Yeah,
Well, at that price for gas, it's hard to figure out how taxi cabs can make any money.
expensive rides.
Yeah, taxis are going to be expensive, aren't they? Yeah,
Yep, because they gotta make up the difference too.
yeah.
But like I say, Joe, if Joe was here, he could tell you. I mean, Hawaii's a nice place to vacation and even live, but it is very costly because everything has to be imported onto that island.
Yeah.
For the most part. So fuel, different types of food and everything else can't live on pineapples and spam all your life.
No, it was like that in the Seychelles as well because everything's imported. Everything's
Yeah.
expensive.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that was cheap was the beer
Mm.
because they had their own brewery.
Yeah.
And half of that was imported as well because it was, Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
They had Guinness and they had their own beer.
Yeah.
And then all of the imported beers were nearly twice as much as the ordinary stuff.
The
But
local, yeah.
like drinking it because it was different to their own beer.
Mm-hmm.
Look, their Guinness was the African version of it, which was like 8%.
Mm.
So, Dre, have you bought any new drones at all?
No, like I said, I'm eyeing either M300 or M350 right now. Just like I say, checking prices unless something comes across that I just can't walk away from. But yeah, it may be summertime or late in the year. Just like I said, I always start my window shopping early.
Well, have you got any other family members that fly or no?
No, I'm it.
You're
You
in,
know,
huh?
and like I said, if my older brother was still alive, Paul, we'd probably be in business together because he introduced me to RC planes back
Okay.
in 1984, 85, when he first got into it. And that's what always got my little bit of interest. But even back then, it was just, to me, it was expensive hobby, and then it was no forgiveness. Back in those days, the planes were made out of balsa wood, and the old mixed fuel motors and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
like first crash, you were done. You got to start all over again.
Was game over. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
it. All the tissue paper over it with dope so it shrinks.
Yeah, so I just couldn't, I just got married back then, and I said I just could not see myself trying to explain to my wife I got to go out and spend another $300 on a kit to put together.
Yeah.
Uh,
Literally, the only things that survived the crash were usually the engine and the wheels.
Yeah, the engine, the wheels, and hopefully most of the servos are working and everything. So, yeah, if my older brother was still alive, I'm sure he and I'd be working together because this is something that would run. I mean, he introduced me to RC planes back then, and like I said, the technology caught up with my skill set. I didn't have to have much.
probably don't fly for fun at all, do you? Do you, Trey?
No, I really don't, Lance, as far as like you driving to work in the morning. I
Yeah.
see stuff like that, like a nice sunrise, but I'm so geared, focused on where I need to be at. I'm like, I'm not pulling over my car to throw a drone up in the air and take a picture. I got
Sure.
somewhere to be. That's just my mindset. I got somewhere to be. I'm on a schedule. Let me go be there,
Yeah.
And that's just the way I am. Like when I go out to jobs, same thing. The most important, that's why a lot of times I don't put out videos for a while because, I'm still doing work, but I really have to motivate myself and push myself to do a video of what I'm doing, because I'm like, if I mess this job up because I'm doing a little YouTube video, only person I can blame is me.
So
'Cause
most
I
everything
got-
you do commercially is photographs, right?
What's that?
You do mostly all photographs?
Yeah, primarily it's all photograph work, that gets stitched together to make these 3D models or orthomosaic 2D
Okay.
models for these companies and stuff. And I'm just, like I said, you're being paid to do certain things. So like I said, when you guys see me post up videos, like I said, I'm really pushing myself to do that because I'm so focused on just getting the task done. Just get the task done, get back in my car, be on the road, go home. So I say every once in a while, I'll actually bring another drone or whatever, just for the purpose of doing some flying per se.
Jim's here in the chat. Jim
Yeah,
used
he's
to
been
do
here for
a lot of fixed wing aircraft flying.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah.
fact, I think he even has a commercial pilot's license.
Yeah, I think you mentioned before about commercial pilot license and stuff. But yeah, it's just that's just where I'm geared, Lance, and just stay focused on the job at hand. Do
Sure.
what you're supposed to be doing, because like I said, like for me, when you don't have extra drones and you're using the drones that you should be using for work, and you do have a uh-oh moment or actual just downright crash, then you got to tell yourself, now look at you, dummy. You're like, hey, now you can't do work because you just crashed the drone that you do work with.
Sure.
Well, that's pretty much the same thing that happened to me when I lost that my drone out in the river.
Yeah, you just stuck. So then you got to sit there and say, well, how do I buy another drone when the drone that I lost or whatever is because of my own negligence or whatever may have happened.
Well, and that's the thing. It's all whatever, because, it was foggy, but I don't think that there's very many birds flying in the fog, but I could have been mistaken.
Yeah.
Fog is water.
Yeah. And like I said, the sensors could have got confused. Could be a number of things that could have
Well, the thing of
occurred.
it is when I looked down at it when it happened, all of a sudden you could see that the drone was tumbling. It was going
Right.
So that leads me to believe it either lost a prop or it hit a bird.
Yeah. And those, very plausible scenarios.
Yeah.
On that. And that's why I say, for me, flying in questionable weather, that's a big no-no. I said, can't risk it. Can't risk it.
Well, my stupidity was, Dre, is I waited to catch on the video the ship going out into the fog. And that's when it happened. If I'd had stopped it, turned around and came back, I probably would have never lost it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's always the thing we look back and we beat ourselves up about. But it's like you were trying to get that last great shot.
Yeah.
you know, and he's like, man, like you said, if I came back 15 seconds earlier, no problem,
Yep.
you know.
But there's nothing I can do about that. It's all history now.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, that, you know, it's when you're talking about, you know, not to downplay the smaller drones or whatever. I never use the word cheaper because I say everything has a value to everybody. And like I say, just because I might fly a drone that costs $10,000 to $20,000, it's still the same value as a Air 2S.
Right.
You know, it's still the same results. I'm out of a drone that I need to replace, and I got to spend that kind of money to replace it.
Yeah, Jim says no commercial pilot license, but he had a private pilot's license.
Oh, okay.
High performance.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. That's why, you know, like I said, I don't, you know, I say they goofing around or whatever, and I see people. There's another guy in one of the Facebook groups. He posted a video. I guess he was trying to. It wasn't very clear if he was flying behind a vehicle or he had the drone in tracking mode at night.
Yeah.
And he ended up clipping a tree branch. And you know, and you know, I just did. Everybody chimes in, and I just gave him just the basic pilot, you know, knowledge that I said, this is why you do. Sometimes you do a pre-flight before you do your flights.
Yep.
And so you want to find out what your hazards and obstacles are, you know, that way you can set your AGL if it's on tracking mode, and that way you're always going to be above the wires. Because I think it showed him flying, just missing a wire, a power line wire, and then when he turned the corner, the drone swung out a little wider and kind of branch.
Well, especially it helps to, if you have working in your mind knowledge of the area you're flying, but
Yes.
you go out and fly all different places.
Yeah, but like I said, the first thing I do, Paul, is I do a walk around, but small enough, or even a drive around the facility from the ground, and then I'll throw the drone up and fly over it manually to see, because like I said, you can't see what's on the roof of every building.
No.
So they might have a temporary crane in that building that I don't see on Google that sits up another 60 feet, 80 feet up.
Right.
So I got to make sure I adjust my AGL to make sure I don't crash. Like I tell people, when you do automated flights, the drone is going to fly what it's told to fly.
That's
You're
right.
saying it's not going to bypass it or anything else. It's going to fly that route.
Yep.
Simple as that. And the same thing, like when I do these 3D models where I'm almost parallel to the wall of a building, and I'm flying manually, and you don't know what's going to stick out from the building. You're flying around the building, and all of a sudden there's a piece of added on equipment that sticks out 80 feet from the main building, and you're flying within about 30 feet of it.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, like I say, when do most accidents have with drones? When we're flying sideways and stuff. So I like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got to back up, get around this, and then move myself back in position to continue on doing, they call it facade flights, where you got 70% of the wall, only about 5% of the sky, and then you got maybe another 10, 15% of the ground. So you're just flying, and you're usually going to be within about 20, 30 feet of that wall.
Yep.
And you're flying sideways.
And Lance,
Okay, guys, real quick.
Are you back at school?
I'm back at school. The administration went to see me. You think I could tell them I had COVID? What do you think? Looking at me, you think I could tell them I had COVID?
Yeah, tell him you had raccoon disease. You can see it right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm in trouble now. I'm April Fool's. But I am at school. I'm gonna
Yes, sir.
get out here and
they have no reported on top.
What happened to the last picture?
Ah, he got out of his car.
There we go. Okay, he's exit out. Yeah, the guy head of facilities just came in, wants me to go fly the one of the golf courses that is actually owned by the city.
Okay.
Gotta go. I ain't gonna do it today. I'll do it next week or whatever. I'm off next week, so I guess I gotta do it this week. I'll probably bring a drone in tomorrow, and because it's overcast today, like I said, it rained last night, so I'll probably do it tomorrow. And
Well, I think, Dre, not to cut you off, but I think I'm going to call it.
oh, anytime. Your
Yeah.
show.
Everybody have a great day and see all of you later today.
All right.
Okay. See you
Bye
later.
for now.